Welcome back to another Monday motivational video. Today we are going to do things a little bit differently. I've got just a list of random projects of things that I've been wanting to do, and I'm going to start with the easiest first. We're going to go easy to hardest. I'm starting out by fixing this floor lamp in my living room. It has bothered me for years because it doesn't have the right lampshade holder and it was always kind of wibbly wobbly. But it finally occurred to me that all I had to do was purchase a lampshade holder off of Amazon, and then I could replace it with a shade that I actually already had and had just been keeping in storage. So sometimes when it comes to homemaking, I make things way harder than they need to be, when all I need to do is just think about something in a different way and then find a solution. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is our entryway. So it's April. Most likely we are done with snow, at least we're hoping so. So I'm going to start putting away some of our heavier coats, our boots, hats, mittens. Most likely we'll be done using those. And so I'm going to just kind of clear things out and just get things cleaned up down here in the entryway. Up changing because it has ended up being a cold day today. So put on a fleece, changed from my flip-flops to some tennis shoes. We're gonna head outside and work on our trampoline net. So last year we had some generous neighbors who ended up moving and they didn't want their trampoline. So they asked if we wanted it and we're like, sure. So we have been using it for the past year, but the net broke, and so we just ended up taking that off, and I ordered a new one and we need to go put that on today. But before we do, I want to clean up the dirt that has just collected around the edge of the trampoline, and then we're going to put up the net.
Black backflip in the air.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
A backflip. Do you want to help me? Whoa! What's that?
I'll start on this end.
Okay. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, I was working on my list of to-do projects from the easiest one to the hardest one. I've found that I'm more likely to accomplish my random to-do list when I do things in this way, because usually, I like to order my daily tasks in order of importance, like what needs to get done the first, second, and third. But on this particular day, none of it was really more important than any of the other things. They were all just random things that needed to be done at some point. So I just started with the easiest one and then worked my way up to what I felt like was the hardest or the most time consuming. And it just reminds me of that law of physics that says an object in motion will stay in motion. And the same is true for us. When we just get moving, we tend to keep going. Sometimes the hardest but most important step of accomplishing anything is to simply start. Okay, now I have moved down to our garage, and I wanted to do a whole video on just cleaning out this garage, and I thought, I could do it in a day, but honestly, it's probably not gonna happen that way. I'm probably gonna just do like a little bit at a time. So today, the challenge or the project is this refrigerator behind us. It has gotten dirty over the years, I should say. I don't think I've cleaned it in years, and it's just collected dust and yucky grime. We only really use it for holding our drinks and keeping them cold. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of that cleaned up now. Okay, look how grungy and dirty the top of that fridge is. It's really bad. And just the sides, I'm telling you, it is gross. I guess we do actually keep popsicles down here. And then I had some bread that I'm freezing because I use that for breadcrumbs. But otherwise, yeah, it really needs a good cleaning. So here is a definite before. And the after is just gonna look so good. Also probably need to de-ice it. I just knocked this over and broke it. The screw part came apart, or just kind of fell apart, broke. So I have a little puddle in front of the refrigerator, and eventually I'll have to change this out, but at least the glass part is still working. Also, I'm using a different spray. I had been given a sample at Costco of this little cleaning tablet, so you just add it to water, and I was gonna test it out, so that's why it's so sudsy looking. It's not my normal Castile soap. Anyways, all right, let's keep cleaning. This fridge had needed cleaned for a while, but it was really one of those things that was just like out of sight, out of mind for me. My husband usually uses this refrigerator just mostly for his drinks. So I really only look in it when I'm putting away his drinks after coming back from the grocery store. And I'm usually in a hurry when I'm doing that. So as I was washing it down and cleaning it up, I saw just how badly this fridge and freezer were covered in ice. And I really could not believe just how bad it was. And I was a little upset with myself just for letting it go and getting this bad. But I'm glad that I finally noticed the problem. And now my husband is going to help me defrost it over the weekend. And it just reminded me that sometimes there are things that we don't notice as homemakers. But that doesn't mean that we have to beat ourselves up over the issue. Really, just instead, we should take the next step that's needed in order to find a solution for whatever maybe we have just kind of let slide in our homes. I ended up taking these gloves off because they split on me, and that's not working. And they're just kind of getting in the way. So I like to wear gloves whenever I'm using water, like when I wash dishes and stuff, just otherwise they get so dry. But that's not gonna work, so we're taking these off. Okay, I've gotten to the inside of the fridge and I did not realize how bad the ice situation was in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna clean out some of the main things, and then I think I'm gonna have to unplug the fridge in order to defrost it. So that's gonna be a whole ordeal, I guess, but we're gonna take care of that. So first of all, I'm just gonna wipe everything down and then we'll figure out the ice situation. Okay, it is not perfect. There's still some issues with it, but it's much better than it was, much cleaner. So now that is done and off my list.